All right. So, thank you for joining us today. I am Akhil and I'll be your moderator for today's insightful session. Right. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to Epsol. Right. So, Epsol has a rich legacy that dates back to 1988 when it was established as a part of Wipro's domestic IT business. Over the years, we have grown into a leading IT services and solution providers, helping enterprises across industries optimize their IT infrastructure, automation, and digital workplace solutions. So, some key milestones in our journey is 1991. We partnered with Epson to set up our first manufacturing facility in Mysore. In 2002, we pioneered the print and save managed print service model. And in 2005, we expanded operations with the second factory in Baddi, which is in Himachal Pradesh. And in 2011, we listed on Bombay Stock Exchange as a Web Solutions Limited. And in 2017, we launched Web Digital, strengthening our commitment to enterprise digital transformation. And in 2020, we integrated multiple business units under a unified strategy for seamless IT services. So, Websol has been a trusted partner for over 500 enterprises, managing IT services across 2000 plus locations in India. With over 20 years of industry experience, we have built a strong reputation for delivering reliable and innovation solutions. Our expertise has been recognized like the DMS Solution Company of the Year 2022 by CIO Outlook and being named India's number one MPS company by IBC USA for three consecutive years 2017, 18, and 19. Today, we continue to deliver digital transformation and operational efficiency for business across the country, right? So at Websol, we understand that a modern workplace isn't just about having the right tools, it's about making them work seamlessly together. That's why we created FluidWorks, a comprehensive suite of managed IT solutions designed to simplify, optimize, and future-proof your business operations. So FluidWorks is built on four key pillars. The first one is Fluid Pro, which is managed IT service which is designed to enhance the workplace experience from end user support to infrastructure management. We ensure your technology works for you, not against you. So, next is Fluid Print, a smarter way to manage your print environment. We help enterprises reduce cost, improve security, and integrate printing seamlessly into their IT workflows. And Fluid Map, this is your IT, it is like your IT asset should work efficiently, not just exist, right? So with Fluid Map, you can track, manage, and optimize your entire IT asset ecosystem, ensuring better control, compliance, and cost efficiency. And Fluid Trail, this is a business process which shouldn't slow you down. Fluid Trail enables scalable workflow automation and document management, which ensures smoother operations, better compliance, and faster decision making. So let's do a quick poll. We request everyone to participate by simply responding with yes or no. So I think you all can see the poll on your screen. So it is just to, uh, our team would like to reach out to you post this webinar just to understand your requirement on the email thread, or if you want to understand more about this. So you can just say yes or no. So the poll will be for next 5 seconds. All right, so we'll close the poll. Thank you, everyone. So let me quickly introduce you to today's speaker. So the speaker of today's webinar is Mr. Hemant. So he is a senior IT infrastructure specialist and VMware and server architect. He has more than 10 plus of years of experience. Hemant is a seasoned IT infrastructure professional with over a decade of hands-on experience in managing and optimizing enterprise-grade service environment. His expertise spans across enterprise, ML and DL servers, and VMware clusters and Windows servers ecosystems. Known for his cluster first mindset and deep technical problem solving skills, Hemant has led support and implementation projects that demand precision, performance, and 24/7 availability. From RAID technologies to vSphere environments, he is well versed in both the architecture and real world challenges of today's IT infrastructure. In this webinar, Hemant will decode email threat landscapes and share practical insights on how IT teams can build stronger defense against phishing attacks, grounded in his years of experience on the front lines of server security and operations. Right? So let's welcome Mr. Hemant and over to you, Sam.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. So, good evening to everyone. So, thank you first and foremost taking time and joining today's call. So, this is very important for us to really realize in the current world how we are taking care of our information in our devices, in our organization. So, in today's call, we'll get to see different ways how we can prevent various cyber attacks to happen. But before that, let me introduce the organization that I work for. It is called Pulseway, and we are a trusted partner with over 13,000 plus MME partners across the globe. We are proudly managing 20 lakh plus endpoints worldwide. When I say endpoint, these are devices across various countries. And yes, so with that said, Pulseway also has been in this industry for more than 15 plus years, and we have got various recognitions and awards. As per the ratings, we are 4.8 and above. And I'm just going to read one of the comments which is being given by Eugene Chan. He is one of the deputy director in digital service, who is part of University of Auckland Business School. He's, as you can read it as well along with me, the best part is that Pulseway alerts us to know any issues before users even notice any slowdowns. So that's very important. And also, user satisfaction has gone up, our workload has gone down, and the total price tag has been almost negligible. Now, these are some of the very popular recognitions, what you see on the very bottom of this particular screen. The fastest implementation in mid-market in winter to 2024, and GetApp, easiest admin, Capterra, shortlisted, and of course, even the software advice front runners. So with that, we'll move on to the next slide. Now, just for us to understand a little background, so we all have personal email address. We also have professional email, and day in and day out, we go ahead and receive thousands of incoming emails. We do respond to various of these emails. How many times have we taken a pause to see who is the sender of the email and what is the domain from where they are sending it? Is it a legitimate email? Does it have any sort of suspicious or malicious content? The URLs where they ask us to click, are they safe and secure? Is there any attachments which could be a phishing attempt? We'll talk about what's a phishing attempt in a short while. Is there any malwares attached? So there are various mechanisms that we fail to most of the time recognize in any given email, because we are super busy with so many things, we really miss out these smaller details. And that is the advantage what the cyber criminals take. And that's why it's clearly mentioned your inbox is the number one attack vector. 92.4% of malwares are actually delivered via email. They are the most easy ones for anybody, right? Now, a survey also says 60% of the breaches result in human error. So basically, a breach happens because we are giving away the information. We are also a co-participant in that breach, right? Now, what are the mechanisms they use? The cyber criminals, they use things called phishing, impersonation, spoofing. Now, phishing is a mechanism by which they lure you to go ahead and select to click on some malicious contents or links through which they get access to what they need. And impersonation is nothing but they can pretend to be somebody else, but rather a bad actor. And then spoofing is also a similar mechanism where they try to mask themselves with any familiar face that we think they are, rather they're not. Then we also see legacy filters are no match for modern social engineering. So if you are still trying to use some old methods, they're definitely not going to help you in the present world of advancements, in the kind of attributes that the cyber criminals use. They are definitely no match for that. That's what this whole slide all means for us. Let's move on to the next slide. Uh, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. All right. Now, we try and understand a little bit of comparison with the tool that we are going to take a look at today. The name of the tool is called Graphus. And back in the time when we used to have legacy SEG, SEG is basically nothing but a secure email gateway. So it's a middleman who's trying to analyze each and every mails which are coming in. Now, here's why the sorry about that. Here's why the smart money is on choosing automated phishing protection with Graphus over maintaining your secure email gateway. Now, if you see the diagram closely, there is a SEG configured at the beginning stage, which is not going to do any real-time analysis. It's going to take time to receive these emails, process it. There's a lot of delay, and it's also very complex in nature. Hence, because of the complexity, there's a lot of additional time and delay for every email to get processed. And then, of course, it doesn't have various methods to do spam analysis or spam focused detections. And definitely, there is no 0-day threats. So, 0-day threats are any new kind of a threat or a risk which has been evolved. And legacy SCGs are not up to date with various definitions, hence they fail miserably. Now, with the help of Graphis, what we do is we do real-time threat analysis, quick deployment, basically to set it up also. It's not going to take a long time. It's not so complicated, very easy. It's also AI-driven threat detection. It's a self-learning, algorithm, tries to identify each and everything and be able to, looking at the signatures, be identify if it's a threat or not. Finally, it also blocks the 0-day threats, anything which is new. We are up to date in terms of security threats. So that's the primary difference between Graphis and legacy SCG. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, today we are not only taking a look at Graphis, there are other two solutions also we are going to take a look. One is called Bullfish and then the Dark Web ID. Now, with the help of the power of these three is So 3 shield is equal to 1 smart solution. Why rely on old-fashioned legacy email security to defend your business from phishing-related cybercrime? Because if cyber criminals can overcome that flimsy barrier, they will have a clear path to charge right into the heart of your company. Instead, choose modern dynamic security and Graphis and put 3 powerful shields between phishing and your business, right? So, with the help of Graphis, we are going to, of course, protect your inboxes from every sort of phishing attack. At the same time, with the help of Bullfish ID, what you see in the diagrams, the middle one, we are also going to try and build training awareness programs for your employees and users to help them realize different layers of watch out in a specific email, and not just in terms of email security, but also with various compliance related and security related awareness trainings. Then we also can simulate phishing attempts, safe ones, where your employees within your organization can be assessed and checked if there is anybody who has to revisit the training. And finally, we also have dark web ID monitoring. On the third side, the diagram as it says, it's going to round the clock monitor your domains, IPs, email addresses to see if there is any leak in the dark world on the credentials or any PII related information. PII stands for personally identifiable information, right? So it's time to deploy the latest technology to give your company an edge to the fight against cybercrime. Graphis, put affordable automated phishing protection powered by patented AI technology and guard duty to defend your business against enemy today. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Now, Graphis, which is the email security, does protect two of the very powerful email providers. One is O365, another one is G Suite. So what Graphis does is it has a 3-layer protection to the defense. The first one is Trust Graph. So basically, Trust Graph is a local patented algorithm of Pulseway, which is straight away comes within the product. It has various 250 plus attributes to go ahead and analyze the things like, for example, the name of the domain, the sender, the signature, the time of the day, the URLs. So in this manner, there are various things that Graphis Trust Graph analyzes, self-learns, and the moment it detects anything malicious or suspicious, it's straight away going to quarantine those mails. That's the first thing. The second part is Employee Shield. Now, this could be a warning banner on the top of the mail, which you can read, and each Employee Shield banners will be different from each other. It's going to give a clear message asking you to analyze and see if this particular mail has got anything for you or your teammates to watch out for, and what is that. And if you choose to go ahead and manually quarantine it, the mail will be called off from rest everybody's inbox. Finally, we have Phish 911. That's the last layer of protection. If, let's say, the mail has still surpassed the first 2 layers, using Phish 911, anybody can go ahead and mark it as you can report it or mark it as spam or phishing. Automatically, similar mails from everybody's inbox will be quarantined automatically. That's what Phish 911 talks about. So, with these 3 layers of defense, it is impossible for any cyber criminals to further penetrate into inboxes of the machines. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, Graphis is also pretty easy to set up, very powerful to defend. It's also cost effective. I would probably use the word priced right in the current security posture that we're talking about for our organizational data, because it could be lead us to a catastrophe loss if our organization data falls into the wrong hands. So Graphis can help prevent such things to happen. And the kind of things that it helps us defend is phishing, spear phishing, business email compromise, account takeovers, identity spoofing, malware, ransomware. There are much more actually. These are some of the popular words. There is also something called executive spoofing. So these are various mechanisms which cyber criminals adapt to go ahead and penetrate your organizational information. Now, Graphis is capable and powerful enough to defend our environment from it. And how does it do it is what we are going to take a look in today's demonstration as well. But yes, as these words talk about how Graphos is unique, basically it's an AI technology, self-learning with an algorithm to monitor different patterns, signatures, suspicious, URLs and various things, and tries to block and quarantine these emails. Let's move on to the next one. Now, why do we add Graphis to organization security stack? Of course, there are three reasons why: to make our organization more secure, which is the which is the main reason for today's call in your respective business or organizations or your endeavors. It's pretty important that your data is not with somebody else, and the kind of data that we are talking about can be very critical for your organization. So that's where the three layers of defense and any sort of attack can be prevented. Also, to keep our business in compliance with various security requirements. Today, many of us already are aware that we are need to be in compliance with various standards and frameworks, and one of it is for the email security, and that's where Graphis helps us protect us from different attacks. Then making your IT team more efficient. So Graphis is entirely cloud-based. No need to manually monitor, set up, configure any more secure email gateways and things. So this is just within a couple of minutes, set it up and allow the native workflows automations to streamline, fix the problems. And the last point is help your IT operations become more cost effective. So you are just going to be charged or licensed based on total number of mailboxes, and you don't have to spend a lot of money with the costly solutions, complicated solutions and things like that. This is very easy to deploy and priced right to help you from every sort of attacks. We'll move on to the next one. Now, Bullfish ID is the second solution that we're going to take a look, which is going to help us simulate various phishing simulations to ensure the employees and users within your organization are being targeted. But this is a safe simulation. So, of course, the employees do not know that. They would think that this is an actual email. If they fall prey, we get to know who opened the mails, who clicked, and who submitted the data. So we can definitely go ahead and provide some security awareness training. Even that is included within the Bullfish ID. Now we can also customize different training programs other than the ones which we provide in the product. You can always create your own training profiles. So these two are very important aspects, and that is what Bullfish ID is capable to ensure that it is being given. And the good news that we also have is when we are simulating these phishing emails, the Graphis does not block it because they are both from the same parent company. We have an integration called Dropper Fish. Basically, any phishing email goes through phishing Bullfish ID will not be blocked by Graphis as they understand the integration well. So that's what it's all about. We'll go on to the last slide. Yeah, so this is pretty much like we have video-based trainings in different languages, and there is also a kind of a quiz at the end of different so that they can be uh, tested with the knowledge they have. If they clear the exam or not, then of course you can customize these training portals, and we also have friendly reports. Even these reports can be customized. That's what this is all about. Move on to the next slide.
Yeah, Hemant, before we move to the next slide, I had a quick poll to run.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I think the poll is visible on your screen.
Yes.
Yeah. So I request all the audience to please vote, right? The question is, which of these is your biggest concern when it comes to email threat, right? Is it a phishing attack or, compromise employee credentials or business email compromises or lack of user awareness or training, which Hemant recently spoke of, right? I see good response. Okay, right. The poll will last for another 5 seconds. All right, thank you.
All right. Amazing. Thanks for participating again in these polls. This helps us understand where does your business currently require attention. I can see that most of you have almost marked for phishing attacks, which is very prone and common. And some of them also have gone for the other ones, which is also equally important. Now, with that said, we'll go on to the next slide. Now, what is dark web ID? And we already have a little bit of knowledge, but it's good to also understand what is dark web. So dark web is a real, uh, you know, kind of a, like, just like how we have www, World Wide Web, which is where most of us we browse the internet, the safe world. There is also another platform called dark web, which is very much active across the globe, and this is where all the bad actors, cyber criminals, as well as for ourselves, we can go ahead and see that many information will be sold or shared. A lot of criminal activities also happen over there. In this dark web, it's pretty important for us as an organization to understand if any of the information which is PII, personally identifiable information, which could be leading to your organizational data compromises or leaks. We all know that on daily news we kind of see the kind of different ransomware attacks, the kind of dollars of amounts which has been transacted without even the consent. Of course, even we are all familiar with what happened in WikiLeaks and things like that in the past. So in a way, we need to know if our information is already in the dark web or not. And there is no way to find it out naturally. There is no search. There is nothing like that. And hence, we built a platform called Dark Web ID. With the help of Dark Web ID, what happens here is we can go ahead and run a scan against our domains, our emails, our personal IPs, whatever that we have. It's going to scan and tell us if any information in the past since the beginning has been compromised. It will tell us the source, the time and date, and what is the PII information. Is it social security number, credit card information, mail or passwords or credentials? Anything which could lead the somebody else's to do a brute force attack, password spraying, the various mechanisms that these cyber criminals adapt. So for us, we have a platform which is pretty well built, SaaS based API, on-prem SaaS. It can integrate with various solutions. It's pretty easy to use, and round the clock monitoring. That's what dark web ID is going to do. That I'm anyway going to demonstrate this in today's call. Now, just to give an introduction, this is what the slide is talking about, where it's important for our business to know if any information in our domains or IPs or personal emails has been compromised. If so, which are they and what are those, and how do we identify? After identifying, what do we do next? That's what dark web is all about. Let's go to the next one. Now, again, so email monitoring, uh, for highly targeted execs and privileged user. Now, with the dark web, you can of course also additionally start monitoring your entire domain or execs emails, which could be the most critical targets for the criminals. They are only after the main person because they have more data, and these data can fetch them a lot of value. So with the dark web, you can not only just monitor for yourself, but you can also extend the security to the supply chain. Now, basically, supply chain over here means your third party vendors, your partners. It could be within your organization subdivisions that you already have. You can also start monitoring their domains. And once after you receive these alerts or threats, how do we immediately mitigate these things with the compromised results? So we get those results. Dark web helps us to show us those compromised results. Not just show us, but it also gives us a way how to proceed from there to resolve it. And once finally that is done, you can ensure that you can take necessary training and awareness videos, MFA enablement, and various other mechanisms to avoid that to happen in the future. That's pretty much it. Is there any other slides we have? Oh, okay. So yeah, so why is these things matter? First and foremost, this is quite fast and easy to deploy for better security, stronger workforce. So when I say workforce, well-trained employees, they know that what emails they are opening, which emails they should not be clicking, what links they should not be doing, because they are also part of your organizations. And then smarter decisions, basically improved threat awareness, so to keep them up to date with the security threats. And finally, reduced risks, so the number of incidents can be completely reduced or nullified to follow regulatory compliance. So that's what this is about. Next.
I think you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can stop sharing the screen.
Yes.
And
Yes. I
all
think
right,
we
so
can. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. Now I'm going to quickly share my screen, and we're going to take it from there. I hope you are all able to see my screen. Yes, you all can see my screen.
Yes. Yes. We can.
Superb. So the first solution we'll take a look at is Graphis. Pretty easy. Click on Add Organizations. So this is a SaaS-based platform, very simple to use. Click on Add Organization. The moment you click on Add Organization, name your organization with whatever the name of your brand is, and add your domain, abc@abc.com, whatever that domain it could be, and whatever is the admin email address, you can type that. Subscription start and end date, and what product is it? Is it O365 or G Suite? And if it is G Suite, uh, go ahead and authenticate it with the global admin. If it is O365, authenticate with Azure AD, Tenant ID, or Entra ID, Entra ID credentials. Once after you add the organization, automatically the self-learning trust graph, which is the native algorithm, is going to scan the environment. The license is based on total mailbox. So with that, we can start protecting every incoming emails. On the dashboard, as you can also see that we have various date range to filter from. Once you are able to filter, the friendly dashboard gives you different threat intelligence, how many quarantine attacks has happened, what are the different recipient actions, different mail filters for spam, and what are the different analysis. You can take a look at the different uh, attacks in terms of phishing, BEC, executive, spoofing, drive-by download, malicious attachments, etc. Now, these are the various quarantines things that, and on the trend of date range, how this has happened. And if you have to analyze some of the mails which are automatically quarantined, you can go to the quarantine section. You can see all the mails which has been automatically quarantined. So if you have to analyze this as an admin, you can see the metadata, the SPF records, DKIM signature. So these are some of the things that we use to analyze if it's a security uh, issue or for the security posture of every email, and MTA records, and so on and so forth. And there are these URLs on the bottom, and there is a safe view, original view, just the way how an end user would see. Finally, we have a sandbox. Now, this is where we need to analyze, because obviously in your real world, you cannot open these URLs and test it. Hence, we have a sandbox environment. This is safe environment in the cloud to check if these are clean, or if unrated, you can ignore it. If it's clean or unclean, basically from these are provided by some of our partners in security, and these are very popular brands. You might be familiar with Malware Patrol, Threat Sourcing, Quick Heal, ZeroFox, WebRoot, Viper, SecLookup, Kaspersky, Acronis, Phish 911, Google Safe Browsing, DNS8, Mimecast. So these are some of Bitdefender. Now these give their results to tell if they are these URLs. What we take a look, is it good or having any issues? We also have additional testing from Resource 2 also. So based on that, you can decide if this mail is a threat or not. If it is not a threat, you can always unquarantain and the mail will be pushed back to the inboxes of all the users. Likewise, we have Employee Shield, second layer of protection, where employees have gone ahead and marked it as quarantined for some reasons. The same way you can analyze at some point in time, if you feel they are to be quarantined, you can quarantine, or you can always report it as false positive. So Phish 91 are manually marked reported emails. So these can be done as a phishing or through a phishing training. Again, you can view and monitor. Then we have mail filters. Now these are spams. Spams are basically advertisements, marketing materials, or anything which is not relevant. You can always go ahead and import or export or remove them all. There are organization filters, personal filters, blocked emails. If you want to go ahead and block certain emails, you can go ahead and block them all from here. So these emails would never come into your organization. Then we also have settings tab, where you can filter various settings. Now, some of the settings could be executive spoofing, like CEO, CFO, CTO. You can add their first and last name. So that way, sometimes our employees, when they see the mails coming from CEO, they don't even see if it is properly the CEO or the domain is from somebody else. Just looking at the name, they get scared and they give away all the information. That's called executive spoofing. That's what cyber criminals use. So hence, we can go ahead and do that. We also have whitelisting. Now, whitelisting is a mechanism where you can go ahead and add certain domains as safe, and what are those IPs and domains which you feel they are good to have. And mail filters are those which you feel that they need to be blocked, like spam and things like that. You can automatically add. And you can also create user accounts for your fellow colleagues in Graphis. So they also can go ahead and take a look. So with that, we were able to see the first product, which is Graphis for email security, how easy and efficient it is to set it up. It's all automated. It's going to monitor your emails round the clock and quarantine those which are a threat, which you can later analyze. If you feel it's false positive, you can release it, or you can permanently delete it. So this way, you're protecting the information within your organization safe from all the cyber criminal activities. With that, we are moving on to the next solution, which is Bullfish ID. Now, Bullfish ID does two things. One is phishing simulation, and then the training awareness campaigns. Now, first and foremost, you will be creating different organizations. Once that is done, you will add different targets and groups. Targets and groups are nothing but the kind of users on whom we are going to set up different phishing simulations. Now, we have a lot of phishing kits readily available with the product. So you don't have to build any. The product comes with, just a moment here. Let me launch. Sorry about that. So the product has native option to go ahead and take a look at the different phishing kits which are readily available. With the help of that, we will be able to analyze if a mail which is coming by, if it is safe or not. So some of the kits are very popular. Let me show you one or two examples from here. And you can also pick and choose in different languages. So here, there you go. There is one for Microsoft Teams. Storage is full. The moment you go ahead and select these emails, this is how it's going to look like. And the moment you select, this is only a test. So if a employee falls prey for this is the message they get. And then there is a video that they can watch. It also has subtitles and in different languages. They can also configure that. And with the help of this, they understand what they need to expect out of every email. So with that, you can build different phishing campaigns, name a campaign. So basically, you just name it, choose a start date. Who do you want to send? How often do you want to send it? All at once, and time, and who are the organization to whom you want to send it, and what time zone are they following. You can pick and choose that. Finally, what are the kits you want to use, frequency, and choose the kind of kits which you feel is very important. You can even add your own kits. Once you add it, finally click on confirm and the campaigns will begin. Once the campaign begins, you can see that how many of them did not take any action. Basically, those people have not clicked on those emails. And how many of them have opened the mails, how many of them have clicked on it, how many of them have submitted it, based on the different campaigns you ran, with which you will get to know the employees way better. On a real world phishing attack, how will they fall? And the beauty about Graphus and Bullfish is they integrate well. There's an integration called Drop of Fish. So Graphus will allow the Bullfish ID to participate in phishing simulation safely without blocking those emails. We also have training courses. Now there are a list of training courses that we also have. Now some of these are very important for every of our employees to be for the compliance and security reasons. They need to be aware. You can also customize this training portal with the theme, logo, branding, and authentication and quiz settings that they need to take a look at. So there are various training courses available. They can take a look at that and see, run a campaign for them. What are the people who are participating? How many of them have completed the training? Which ones have opened it? Which ones have not? And once they have done it, you can also individually click on the eye symbol and take a look which ones have failed the exam, which ones have passed the exam. So based on that, you can understand how they stand together. Let me open one or two examples just to showcase how a training would look like. So there you go. So there is a CMMC2 USA. What information is protected and why? There's a video. You can watch this video. Post watching the video, there is a quiz. So you can just participate in this quiz. You have to pass this exam. I'm just randomly giving some answers without even reading, but if you have failed, it will also give you the results right afterwards. The greens are good, the reds are bad. So with this, you are able to analyze all the employees. It's like a LMES kind of a tool, but this is more into security focus and compliance focus right within the product. So we were able to see how Bullfish ID gives us the upper edge to create organization and target groups, and also for running various phishing simulation and training and awareness campaigns to analyze and see how they stand. Finally, we have dark web ID and monitoring. Now, dark web ID monitoring is nothing but a way to go ahead and monitor your environments to see if there's any compromise. Why don't we do this? Just as a, a kind of a game today, I would like one of you, to post your website name in the chat. Can any one of you post a website name in the chat? Okay, so there's Sanjeev Goyal who has posted his website name. Let me do a quick rundown with his website. What are the different things that we are able to identify in the dark web? Okay, there you go. So Sanjeev, just so you know, there are 1,000+ exposures on your website already in the dark world, among which there were 2 password hits. The oldest one was in 2025. The latest, which is just you probably 8th of June. So it's a month date format. So 8th of June is this month. So these are the PII information which is already breached. I can also share this detail as a CSV with you at a later stage. So you can see that Bilal Ahmed, part of your organizations, this is some of the characters of the password has been exposed in the dark web, the source date, and also there's a person called admin, and there are a lot of other information which has been happened in the past. So this way you can see a real world prospecting which can be done through dark web for the live data search. I can share this information with you at a later stage so you can take a look at that. But what we did was a live data search. Now, in addition to the live data search, we also have real-time monitoring. Now, that is also part of this particular solution. So when I go into my home tab, I can go ahead and create different organization. When I create different organization, I can monitor domains live and you know add all the Azure AD users part of this particular solution. And the moment I choose to monitor, it will real time monitor, not like a live search. Real time monitor the domains, IPs, and personal addresses, whatever that you have added, and it will tell us what are the different compromises which happens right away. And the moment uh, so afterwards we can take a look if this is something where if there is any password which is breached, it will show some of the characters, and the status over here shows us what kind of issue is this. The moment you ask the end user to change the password on the source, you can mark it as resolved, and the status will be changed back to normal. Okay, so that's pretty much we have in dark web. You can also add your supply chains, basically your partners, vendors, domains, and the users. They also can be monitored and finally done. So we are going to take a look at some sample reports. The first report is Graphis. It will tell you between what range, and here it's a phishing defense report for an organization between this time range. What is this, and for what period of time, how many mails were analyzed, and among which how many were attacks and how many were suspicious emails which were quarantined by employee shield and banners, and also the breakup of different licenses, processed campaigns, unsafe, deleted, quarantined, and BEC scams, phishing, spear phishing, identity spoofing, malware, ransomware, the breakup of these things. And we also have a report for dark web. Basically, dark web is that we have a QBR also. All this can be customized. It gives you what are the total compromises in your organization, among which what are the IPs monitored, personal emails, for domains, which on which particular date and month the spike was high, and what are they, and then the benchmark averages between you and your similar organization or competitor. How do you currently stand, and what are the different things you're choosing dark web to monitor, what are those characters, password characters which was being stolen in the dark web, and how do we go about there from there. And finally, Bullfish ID is to help you streamline your organization employees for phishing simulation, and then training and awareness. For phishing simulation, how many campaigns were run, among that how many of them participated, which ones opened the mail, which one clicked on the links, which one submitted the data, how many of them in training awareness participated, who are the ones who incompleted the training courses, who failed the exam, who passed the exam, finally how many of them taken action, submitted the data. You get all of this information right within the platform. So these reports can be auto generated with white labeling with your team logo branding, sent directly to you or your client at any given point in time. So with that, we were able to see the demonstration of three solutions: Graphis, Bullfish ID for training and awareness and phishing simulation, and Dark Web ID monitoring. So at this point in time, I firstly take this opportunity to thank everyone, all the participants. I see that there are a lot of messages. So sorry, I couldn't read the messages while I was presenting, but yes, I think there are some hands which have been raised. We are here to take your questions. So go on. You can type your questions there.
Sanjeev, you can speak. I have unmuted you if
Okay,
you have any question.
thank you very much. So basically, I would like to know one thing. So Hemant has given demonstration of three modules, right? Phishing, one phishing module, dark web, and security and awareness training. So as a whole, I need to take the uh, three module, or I can choose one. Like for example, if I want to go with your dark web application. So is it possible to have one application, or I need to buy all the three modules in one?
A very
Right?
good question. Uh, Appreciate your question there, Sanjeev. Of course, these solutions also are being catered individually, but it would not make more sense for us to leave the other with just one, because they are combined together with the bench strength of taking care of multiple facets of security, cyber security.
I got your
Now,
point. Yeah,
uh,
that's
yeah,
true because all these modules are interlinked basically. So if we are doing phishing simulation, if we are not doing evaluation, then it doesn't make any sense, correct?
correct. So you can definitely choose which ones you want individually as well. But when we look at it as a wholesome, the combined strength gives us better edge and defense against every
So
cyber
how you
attack.
are separating different organizations? So you have shown in your demonstration that we can add our organization and can
Hmm.
see because it's a SaaS model, right? So
Correct.
I just want to know, like, email is the heart of the system and carrying so much personal PI information. So I just
Hmm.
want to understand what type of compliances do you have? Like, so suppose I am getting my emails are getting evaluated by your application, right? Now, how I can ensure that these my domain is logically or physically having partition from other customers.
Yes. So that's the beauty about Pulseway. Pulseway has been in this industry for a very, very long time. All the products that we sell, today we just presented three of the solutions. There are much more webinars that we're going to plan to conduct in the days to come. All the products of Pulseway is multi-tenant in nature, even though it's a SaaS based. We have the mechanism to create different tenants within the same platform and allow you to individually create also organizations which cannot overlap with the other tenancies. Only you being central admin within your entire platform will have complete access, but when you create user accounts, they will not override with the other tenancy. That's the beauty of our product.
From
So
compliance perspective, I should be okay, right?
yes, all our products are SOC 2, Type 2, GDPR, HIPAA, ISO 27001. We will be sharing all that relevant compliance standards information with you. We are globally recognized in various organizations, and hence, even government sectors are using our solutions. That said, definitely there wouldn't be any security risk or issues with our solutions. They are catering many MSPs, many MMEs across the globe today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we will also do, Sanjeev, is we will have separate one-on-one sessions. Now that you have also suggested that you would need from the initial poll. So our local team and ourselves, we will get in touch with you. We will have a separate one-on-one sessions to individually also, because that way we can be able to cater your direct needs.
Yep,
We
that
can
makes more
also,
sense. Yep.
yes, that way we also can be able to tailor make more differential demonstrations and be able to help you with all the questions that you also have.
All right. Thank you
But
very
thank you.
much.
I appreciate that. I will also share your organization report internally to the team here, and they will be forwarding that just for your reference. You can keep it.
But I
Uh,
have checked one thing. So during when you are doing the demonstration, and I can see there is a user with three character of password. Actually, that password was old, not the current password. So is it fetching those information which is there on the dark web,
it is
or
fetching everything for that domain from the dark web, from the time and date of source. So
which are lying over there in the dark
yeah,
web?
which are lying over there,
Whether it's
and
a latest one or old one, correct?
even the old ones will show up. But if you feel that the old ones are not to be shown, we can also filter the search pertaining to a date range, and that way you can also mark certain things as resolved. That is what we can do it through a organization setup. Now, what I did was a live prospecting, where you can't do a lot of filtration, but in an organization setup you can do all of that.
Okay,
That way you get a more
okay.
customized.
I have another question. So suppose I will go for your product, right? So
Mhm.
in that case, is it possible for me to scan my customer domains, or
Yes.
it would be extra cost?
Now, the way how we license it is, uh, so at the beginning, at the time of discussion, we would ask you, is this product which you're procuring for yourself or for your customers?
Uh-huh.
So depending on what you tell us, if you want to make money, of course you have to also help your customers with a margin. So hence
Okay,
we
Ahmad,
give them.
let's do one thing, because I have so many other questions. So we'll talk one to one, because I don't want to disturb or waste others' time, right? So thank
Correct.
you very much. Let's connect later. Any Yeah. Thank you very much.
Sure, sure. Appreciate that, man.
Bye.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions, team? Sanjeev, you can actually remove that uh, hand symbol. Yeah. So I'll pass it back to the host of this meeting to take it from here.
All right. So we had one last poll.
Oh, okay.
So I will just launch that for the audience. So I believe the poll is on your screen. So it says like, have you ever discovered or compromised employee credentials on the dark web? Right. So yes, no, not yet, not sure. Right. Okay. I see some good responses. Okay. The poll will be for another 5 seconds. Thank you, everyone, whoever voted. Right? Anybody, any questions for the speaker? They can just raise their hands or they can drop the questions in the chat box. We'll wait for another 2 minutes. All right, so I think there are no questions from the audience. So thank you all for joining us today. As we wrap up this session, we would like to sincerely thank you, each one of you, for taking this time to be with us. So your presence, questions, and engagement truly made today's webinar insightful and dynamic. So we hope you found the session valuable and walked away with useful takeaways. So if you have any further questions or would like to continue the conversation, feel free to reach out. A quick reminder, the webinar recording and any related material will be shared with you shortly via mail. Keep an eye on your inbox, right? So let's catch up in our next webinar. Until next time, take care and thank you once again.
Thank
Right?
you.
Hemant, you would like to add anything to the audience?
Yes. So, firstly, thank you all for participating. I know it was just a 1 hour session, and I'm sure you all have more questions. I would